Good morning, good afternoon, maybe I should even be saying good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world right now. Hello and welcome. My name is Paul Bars from paulbars.com. Welcome to this series, Success, Happiness and Life. It's all about designing a brilliant life, one that we can be happy with, one that is, for our terms, successful, however you define that. We're continuing on, as I mentioned, this series last week, looking at goals, looking at goal setting, looking at 12-month goals and the persistence that it takes to actually get them done. Of course, that leads me to today's topic, which is very simply this. Let's begin with a quote. Persistence is the most valuable resource when it comes to determining the quality of a man's life. Think about that. In fact, I'd even like to take that just a little bit further. Instead of just saying that persistence is the most valuable quality, I'd like to suggest that persistence, even over talent, is the most valuable quality when it comes to determining the shape and direction of a man, or of course, ladies, a woman's life. So what does that mean? How can we use that? How can we apply that in our own lives when it comes to determining what's going to be happening for us over this next year? Simply this. Last week, in the last video, we spoke about the different types of goals. We chose our top 3. We said, let's go at them as if nothing mattered, as if there were no barriers, and go at them for this next 12 months as if it was impossible to not achieve them. But what happens? What happens if we don't yet have the skill level to be able to get to where we want to go? Well, 2 things. Number 1, we have to go and learn the skills. Yeah? Would you agree with me on that? Of course. If you don't yet have the skills to do something, you have to go and develop the skills. But here's the question. Should we wait? Should we just sit back and, well, I haven't got the skills yet, so I'll wait until I've got the skills and then I'll go at the goal? No, I don't believe so. I believe you have to just get started. It's been a core philosophy of mine now for a couple of years. It was a new philosophy I had to adapt recently into my life to get things going. So how does persistence come into this? Very simply this. Listen again. Persistence, even over talent, is the most important quality when it comes to determining the direction and shape of a man or woman's life. Think about that. So I'd like to suggest that you look at your top 3 goals as we determined in recent weeks, and now look at them and decide what things you need to actually do to be able to achieve them. If there's skills, then go and set about a path to learn those skills. If there's actions, which of course there will be, things you need to actually do, then go about doing those things. But here's where persistence comes into it. What good is an action plan for the next 90 days if, for example, you want to change your body shape and get well, get healthy? What good is that action plan if you go at it, 4 days, feeling good. After 10 days, feeling, it's getting a bit tough. Got to go out on the weekend. 15 days, not so good. Miss a few. 25 days, not very good at all. Because you've been going at it so hard, it's just too much. Therefore, you are no longer being persistent. So perhaps if you were to drop back just a little bit, and then go, and then go, and then go. Can you see where I'm going with that? Slow and steady wins the race. We heard of this as children. Is it true? Well, not always, but it can be. Here's the key. Slow and steady will always win the race over stop. Of course. So as you're creating your action plans to achieve your 3 most important goals that have power, that have passion, that have feeling behind them, as you're creating those action plans, make them possible. And then be persistent and be consistent in getting them done. And of course, we have philosophies now which says some days you can, some days you can't. So what? Start again the next day. Back at it. Persistent. Just because you might have a break in there doesn't mean you throw the whole thing out. No, not at all. Goal success, goal achieving is about believing. It is about getting out there and just doing it and just doing it and just doing it. And if something goes wrong, you just do it and you persistently do it. The point is this: if you don't give up, you will get somewhere. And you can at least learn from that, even if it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. Whereas if you give up, you got nowhere. Nothing's changed. And if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you need to be persistent and consistent in making change in your life. That's it for this week. I'll talk to you again next time. This is Paul Bars from paulbars.com. Stop by and have a look at the new website. I hope you will, and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.